Matt, you are with Western CPE. What is Western CPE?
Thank you for having me here.
Yes.
Western CPE has been around for about 35 years. It's a compliance and education company with a technology platform. So we are recognized by the National Association of State Boards of Accountancy. So our content is accepted in all 50 states. So really what it is we focused in the tax space or CPAs to maintain compliance. That's what it typically was in the past. A destination conference with leading instructors to teach the content, but also give our CPAs, our CFAs, CMAs, EAs, all those designations the ability to look forward to an extravagant conference where they can take their family and they can write it off on their taxes. We've really transitioned. Over the last 4 years, Nick Fuller and myself have really taken control of the company, moved in new management and changed the business model to include the hybrid environment. When I came on, COVID was running rampant, and we developed our platform, implemented new functionality, and created a new back-end system where people could choose when they wanted to take their classes, and they could schedule those out based on their work schedule. If we know one thing about CPAs, they're extremely busy. They have to navigate multiple deadlines a year. So we really had to dive in and really understand what it is in the life of a CPA or a tax preparer to make it better, to help scale the processes. And now a big thing is implementing new technology and controls, right? So we've brought on a lot more high industry instructors, instructors, both in technical and non-technical content, to teach not only taxes, but a focus in accounting, corporate finance, real estate, business management. We focus a lot on leadership. Stephen Bragg is a great author of ours who wrote the CFO guidebook, the new CFO guidebook. One of the things that is special to Western too is our content is exclusive. We do have other content partners, but we've really housed our best and most important authors and instructors to create exclusive content for Western.
Okay, so if just thinking about any businesses in our community,
yeah,
if they wanted to go be a part of Western CPE, they'd come to you for tax help. They'd come to you for guidance and.
Yeah, correct. What I'm able to do is I have 84 authors and instructors, some of the highest rated, most experienced people in the industry, in all sectors. So I leverage that ability to make those connections, and then we find out what the business is or what that firm needs to grow, whether that's our outsourcing partners or our fractional partners or just content development and maybe live group in-person training, right? One thing that we've really found, updates are okay, but what makes, for example, our federal tax update so important is we bring in multiple experts specifically in individual taxation, business taxation, and they break those down. We have about 8 instructors that break down the federal tax update, 16 credit hours based on their primary focus. So a lot of companies in our industry utilize one instructor and one author to write the whole thing as an update, right? Which is great. We need that. A lot of legislative changes. But we provide workshops, breakout exercises, and we own our own proprietary platform. So you don't have to pay for Zoom seats. It's unlimited, and all of our technology and all of our content's in the cloud. So it's build and run anywhere.
Okay, and so what is your model for is it a subscription model? Is your a member? Is it per class, or does it vary?
So we like to look at the development from a contract standpoint, whether it's a 1 year or 2 year. A lot of the nonprofits we work with is a 1 year agreement, right? To create maybe a back-end system with them, use our open API to implement content to support their members or their internal team. What was the question again? I apologize.
No, it's a model. So it sounds like it's a majority of it is a contract model.
Yep.
The business model is, so if I as a business owner wanted to be involved,
yes,
I would sign a 1 year contract, or do I just pay to go to a seminar, or like how does that work?
Yeah. So if your company is focused on digital content, that'll go off a structure, and if it's specifically for compliance, right? If it's learning and development in general, for people that don't have designations, but it's important, say, for a tax preparer to get all of the up-to-date content as the CPA, right? So there is subscription models. We do have competitive subscription models based on what our other competitors or what our other vendors are doing in the space. But it's really, really great since Nick and I took control of the company that we can customize that to what best fits the firm, the government agency, the nonprofit, et cetera. So we have subscription models. We have in-house training where we can bring our instructors in. They teach, typically, I like to do 2 days. It's just not enough content, I believe, to stuff into one day, depending on what you're doing. If it's a federal tax update, yeah. But if it's, advanced Excel functionality and building data charts, right, data tables, we like to stretch those out, maybe 12 hours, 2 days. So.
Okay. And if I'm a small business, let's just say small business in Great Falls here,
Yeah.
and I just come to you and I was like, I need help.
Right.
Where would you take me?
First,
what would you do?
Immediately first, I'm going to have to understand your business, right? If we're not talking about a tax firm or consulting firm, I need to understand your business. And then we can dive into whether it's specifically for compliance, for designees, licensees within a company or a firm, or whether it's for internal growth. We have a lot of top-down learning, from thought leadership to internal development, practice management, all those things. You would come to me, we would dial in exactly what you need and what you're looking for, and then we'll figure out how to fit that into your budget, your schedule, and we'll make it happen.
Okay. So your busiest time of year?
Busiest time of the year is right after tax, right after the April 15th deadline.
After, not before.
After.
Okay.
Yes, after. So towards the end of the year, we really have, everybody tries to get their credits in to maintain their compliance before, December 31st. We do have a lot of people that trickle in and take, the 2024 federal tax update. A lot of them just finished up taking those digital courses, but right now, our CPAs have their heads down, our tax preparers and our CPAs have their heads down before the April 15th deadline. So I really try not to bother them too much, knowing that they probably all got their credits and they got their update before December 31st. Now's not the time to reach out to CPAs regarding content. After the April 15th deadline, they take a little time off, and then we can look at the 2025 federal tax update. We have a summer edition that they can dive into right after they come back from a little break. And then throughout the year, it's multiple webcasts based on any changes that are happening, any IRS stuff that's coming out. We do a lot with specialty tax and research and development. So as we structure our schedule, we put those releases out. But what really sets Western aside from being a technology and education platform is the amount of extravagant and fun conferences that we send our people to. It is an absolute hit. The testimonials from enterprise clients all the way down to small businesses or sole practitioners is just absolutely outstanding. I think we have a 93% rating from last year across the board. We have about 115,000 clients in our channels.
Wow.
33,000 active digital users. So we've really increased our abilities for our clients over the last 4 years.
So back to the CPAs, they have to get these credits, and you provide those credits. That's an annual credit.
Yeah.
Right?
So in Montana, I believe it's a yearly 40 credits per year.
Okay.
Or 20 credits in the first year and 60 credits in the second. So really CPAs need 80 credits in 2 years, 120 in 3. So we make sure that they're getting that compliance, they're getting the right courses, and then they have the ability on our platform to utilize our administrative and governance tracker. So anybody that's a member of customers of Western CPE or as a client, they have access to those dashboards. They can track all their CPE, which is kind of standard for any decent company in my space.
Right.
To have a tracker, have a resource for them. So we've built in toolkits, a tax base camp. Our business model changed from really just teaching updates to being a resource and implementing new solutions, helping with new processes. We are in a day and age right now where people need to upgrade their tech stacks, right? AI is huge, and it's all across the country. It's just getting people to implement change in their current processes. So we really help do that.
Okay.
We help our firms grow, make a more seamless process, provide outsourced support if need be, and just be a resource.
And so these conferences you talked about,
Yep.
you do that there as well. So it's throughout the digital platform, but also at the conferences, you have speakers and different
Yes.
things so folks can get credit for the conference?
We have 9 different classes this year at each one of our conferences. They're 5-day conferences.
Wow.
You have the ability to select 1 day, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on what courses are there. You can do a 2-day conference, stay the whole 5 days with our room block, which I would mention. We have conferences at the Four Seasons. Some of those are $900 rooms. The room blocks are $300.
Good.
So we work out those RFPs well for our contracts to make sure that our clients are getting the best experience. They get 40 hours. They get 30 hours in a 5-day period with 10 bonus credits, digital credits that they can take online. So that way, they're going to class going down at 7:45 in the morning for breakfast, meeting everybody at 8, getting their classes started. Everybody's going to their different rooms. And then they can get out by 2 o'clock and go enjoy the rest of the vacation with their family.
Such as Hawaii, because you mentioned one's in
Right.
Hawaii, right?
Yeah, right. So we're in Orlando, Florida twice this year. Both are at the Four Seasons. We are in Oahu this year at the Four Seasons. Nashville, Stowe, Vermont, a few other locations.
Okay.
It's a little off there, but it's an excellent conference. We broke the courses down so nobody has to. You used to sit through a 6-hour course in one day. Now you have the option to take multiple 50-minute courses, which would equal 1 credit. 1 credit is a 40-hour credit requirement, right? And there's a lot more movement. We have networking events, cocktail hours. It's just a really fun environment that's scheduled. Some of them are themed, and our CPAs love it.
That's great. Jordan, we get any questions come in? No questions. So Matt, if folks want to hear about what you have to offer or want to have a conversation with you or discover different things, where do they go?
You can get on my site, www.westerncpe.com. You can visit the business, Western CPE for Business page. Put in some information there. It'll go right to my team, and we'll get you taken care of, give you a call, and give you a little consultation. I would say that here in Great Falls, there's a good opportunity for anybody in finance, anybody in the banking industry, wealth management, real estate. A lot of realtors here that could really, really learn some knowledge on, the specialized tax incentives, the deductions, the things that clients purchasing a home kind of want to hear about and they want to know beforehand, right? Without having to go sit down and talk with a CPA right away. There's just a lot of things we can do to help businesses grow. The conflict resolution was huge. And one of my instructors taught a 32-hour conflict resolution course
32 hours
for NASA, and she has a book.
Wow.
Huge, right? So there's just a lot of resources that we have that Great Falls currently doesn't have. And me being a local here, I graduated from CMR. My 2 kids are here, so I'm able to work a little remote and be involved here. Our headquarters is in Bozeman, but we're also opening a new one in Nashville. Okay. So I really wanted to bring a focus to my hometown and my home state to help out with the resources.
Yeah, it's great that you're local.
Yeah.
So you go to your website.
Yep.
Go to
my website. You have a quick little funnel there that gives them to give me a little bit of information. You fill it out. It's like 4 questions.
Okay.
And I'll reach out or come see you.
Anything else we didn't cover that you'd like to cover today?
I don't think so. No, nice and quick. I mean, it is very in depth, and obviously I leverage my instructors and my content experts to help assist in finding the right solutions for businesses.
All right. Well, you got a lot going on, so a lot of stuff to offer to businesses and individuals.
Yeah, the non-technical, the soft skills, right? Yeah. It's really, really important to help with that development. I know managers on teams as well, get learning tracks that they're required to push down to their teams to learn, right? But what I see, and it's no fault to the business or the managers, it's just a lot. That's why a lot of companies use external learning and development teams like us. Internal is a little expensive. It's hard to be 100% efficient when they still have a day-to-day job to do. They should be focusing on their business and working with an external team to help internally.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for the time today.
Thank you
for tuning in, and we appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks.